gazelle senses she is being watched. She moves closer to identify the danger. Duma seizes her chance and springs to the attack. Duma's young rush to the prey as soon as it is killed. The effort has exhausted Duma and has left her heart pounding. Duma remains on guard, though the feast has begun, fearing other predators will steal her prey. Duma's offspring are now 9 months old enough for Duma to teach them how to hunt. She lies in wait for prey that will serve to instruct them. That somewhat frightened-looking Thompson's gazelle will do just fine. First lesson, how to maintain one's visibility in the tall grass. With practice, the 2 young cheetahs quickly get the hang of it and will soon be ready. The moment has arrived. All is in place. All know their roles and ready to reenact that timeless tragedy which is played 1,000 times a day across the plain. A Thompson's gazelle will play the role of the victim. And the huntress? Why, Duma, of course, with her young watching. Nature gives us a striking image of the life cycle. For just a few hundred feet away, a birth is about to take place. It is almost theatrical, life and death in the same place at the same time. Now, an extraordinary story of courage and solidarity begins as one of the cheetahs races after the wildebeest, known for their stupidity. He passes up a first victim, then a second. Finally, he chooses what may be the bravest and strongest wildebeest the plain has ever known. The wildebeest struggles, refusing to give in. The cheetah can't do it alone, and his brother comes to his aid. And something amazing happens. a second wildebeest springs to his fellow animal's defense and in a flash of hope manages to free him. But the Talak cheetahs are experienced killers, determined to keep hold of their prey. After an incredible struggle, the wildebeest's fate is sealed. A sensation called fear. Kigori, the lioness, senses the fear that sends the wildebeest running. She has breathed it, tasted it, and now she is ready to savor it. The macabre parade goes on. Kigori could easily turn this into a festival of death, an orgy worthy of her breed, a carnage. Kigori smothers her victim, but doesn't sample the flesh. She goes looking for a third prey. But the first one, a young wildebeest, has managed to free himself from Kigori's fangs, which held him in limbo. Gasping for breath, his mind muddled, he will have 1 second and only 1 second to escape, to survive. The task is heavy, but for better or for worse, the choice of life will always win out. So the wildebeest struggles up, gets 1 foot behind the other, and is reborn. The wildebeest we thought was dead has revived. His step steadies, his spine snaps into place, so that he can synchronize his movements, and soon he'll be galloping with the rest of the herd. Kigori's rampage has still not sated her, so she hunts and hunts and hunts until she is dazed with it. The effect of the approaching fire, which has rendered the game senseless, has worn off. They are now alerted and nearly immobile in trees and bushes, the chameleon is constantly lying in wait. His talent of mimicry renders him invisible to his prey, even if his color change is more closely linked with his emotions than his environment. A frightened or angry chameleon can thus go from green to red or from yellow to black. The chameleon has caught sight of some grasshoppers perched in the same bush. A drama of smaller proportions gets underway. The chameleon's tongue is pleated like an accordion around a bone at the floor of the mouth. Projected like a whip, it strikes its victim, stuns it, and the sticky substance formed at the extremity brings the prey right back to its mouth. A little farther away, another group seems as though they're waiting for her. Surely, here she'll find the prey she's been searching for. But Wemba, handicapped by her missing eye, is not the huntress she once was. She rushes right and left until, almost accidentally, a satisfactory prey finally enters her field of vision. Wember could only seize her prey by its muzzle, and because she can't break its back, the wildebeest will die slowly of suffocation. The lioness has plastered her mouth over the wildebeest's. At last, she has something to sink her teeth into. Her sister, Kigori, joins the lioness, and Wember tightens her grip. The wildebeest's breath intermingles with her own. Life flows in as another flows out. At last, it is over. The one-eyed lioness has proved herself worthy of her clan, contributed to the group's welfare, and justified her right to belong.